Would you please?
Well, thank you now for this opportunity to come and conduct the town's business. Thank you for restoring Myrtle to her health and not having a blood clot. Thank you for Floyd and Brenda that you've watched over them like you have.
Yes, Lord.
And continue to do that. We know some more difficulties, things are coming up this week, and we just ask for your guidance. Pray for Malcolm already, dear Lord. Let us conduct ourselves in a Christ-like manner. Thank you again for the freedom to come and do this. We ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
That's what I pray. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank the Lord for 50 years with Eugene and Lucy.
I got something to say.
What have you got to say?
I got something to say.
Well, go ahead and
I
say
want
it.
to say it first before we ever started. I know everyone in here has thought about me or something during the time that I was in the hospital. And I appreciate you thinking of me, praying for us, and helping us to get back out of the hospital and to get back up here. Thank you, and thank you. Amen.
We are glad to have you both back.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for the prayer, but I got a call today. I've been checking. They put me on some new medicine, and I'm not going to have the thing this week.
All right.
They thought they were going to have to do another heart ablation or whatever you call it because I was out of rhythm again. But he put me on some new medication, and I've been checking my blood pressure and pulse every day. And I talked to them at the heart today, and they said, well, it sounds to me like you're doing, and I had Floyd's therapist and his nurse to check. And they said, well, I just think you're doing, I said, well, I asked him, I wanted to know if that medicine could do that quick. And he said, yes, it can. So that's great. Hallelujah. So we're going to postpone it. I'm not saying we're canceling it, we're just postponing it. So that's great.
If you would, go ahead and mute or turn your phones off. All right, let's call this meeting to order. Brenda, would you call the roll, please?
Okay, Mayor?
Here.
Sister Myrtle? Here. Eugene?
Here.
Brenda?
Here.
Floyd?
Yes, I'm here.
And Steve?
Here.
All present and accounted for, Mayor.
Very good. I'm glad everybody's here and in relatively good shape tonight. All right, we have got several things on the agenda tonight. So we'll go ahead and get going here. Welcome our visitors. We're always glad to see you here. All right. We haven't had any minutes or minutes in a while, and I know that we don't have copies for everybody. So if someone would like to look at these.
I'll read. I've got January and February because we did do these. So, the Town Council meeting of January 13th, 2014. The meeting was called to order by Mayor Self at 7 p.m. The invocation was given by Mr. Don Hagel. The Pledge of Allegiance was given by all in attendance. They called to order by the mayor. Roll call. The mayor and councilors, Myrtle, Eugene, Brenda, Steve, are present tonight. Floyd is absent. Welcome to the public in attendance. Please mute or turn off cell phones. No minutes tonight. The financial reports, all bank accounts are in balance. I did have all that done. He just didn't read. He didn't have them all. Report of officers, special committee. Clerk to try to contact Charter about removing cable laying on the ground. Brenda Lowe reported on Christmas decorations for the town and cannot afford anything but a tree and lights for the building. Eugene and Lucy purchased a wreath and some lights. Discussion on outside electricity. No petitions, applications, or complaints. Public comments, discussion on resolution to withdraw host government approval of landfill permit. There being no further business, a motion to adjourn was made by Eugene and seconded by Myrtle. Motion carried. Respectfully submitted, Brenda Philpott, Town Clerk. Any additions, corrections?
All right. Any questions, additions, corrections?
Not me, I don't know.
All right.
Right or wrong.
Go ahead and read the next one.
If I can find it. I was all organized here. Now I can't find anything. Town Council meeting of February the 10th, 2014. The meeting was called to order by Mayor Arthur Self at 7 p.m. The invocation was given by Mr. Don Hagel. Paramedics. The Pledge of Allegiance was given by all in attendance. A call to order by the mayor. Roll call. The mayor and councilors Myrtle, Eugene, and Steve present. Floyd and Brenda Lowe absent. Welcome to the public in attendance. Please mute or turn off cell phones. No minutes tonight, no financial reports. Report of officers, special committee. Brenda Lowe requested that the Christmas decorations be tabled for now. Report of standing committees. The ethics forms need to be completed by the end of April each year, and they can be done on the website, http://ethicsalabama.gov, then select statement of economic interest. No petitions, applications, or complaints. The mayor contacted the attorney regarding the resolution but has not heard back as of this meeting. He also called Charter Cable and has not had any response for them as of tonight. There being no further business, a motion to adjourn was made by Myrtle and seconded by Eugene. Motion carried. Respectfully submitted, Brenda Philpott, County.
I got a question. Earlier there you said something about Floyd and Brenda Lowe. Was
She was absent.
I was absent once.
Oh,
and you were
okay,
absent.
okay, all right.
Both Brendas and you were both.
Okay,
I
all
don't really
Sorry.
count.
But-
That's okay.
But she had requested that they be tabled.
Yeah, I talked
By
to
phone?
Buddy
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, that's what you were asking, because she said to table it and she wasn't. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying any attention.
Yep.
Uh,
All right, any questions?
I have a comment
Okay.
about the chart. I know you contacted some people, and I finally got somebody today. And they gave me, I called a customer service number. I found an old communication from them from back in 2001, and I got a good telephone number. And they gave me two numbers. And I got a hold of a young man, I guess, his name is Obed. And he said, well, he needed somebody to be responsible, to be there when the people came. And I said, I will be. I gave him my cell phone number.
Mhm.
And he said they might be there this afternoon or tomorrow. I said, just call me and I will be there. I said,
Thank
we have tried electricians, we've tried power company, we've tried every kind of cable
Well,
people, you know.
We need the owner of the cable to take it down, and they were the owner of the cable.
And I told him, I said, and according to this letter, we did have the charter cable. So,
So you finally got Charter to admit that it was their cable?
well, he
No.
didn't admit it, but they did, yeah, because I told him I had this letter that's, this is to advise that effective Charter Communications will be implementing a revised late fee. So we had service. Okay. So hopefully we'll get that up by the end of the week.
Now, that was,
Good.
all right, just written down. All right, back to the minutes. Do we have any questions or comments about the minutes? All right, do we have a motion to accept the
I
minutes?
make a motion that we accept the January and
Second.
February minutes.
After it.
And Floyd seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
right.
Aye.
All right, stick with my hand.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead and, everybody got copies of the financial statement for February? So, look at the, there's no change in the capital improvements fund. Balance remains at $2,441.88.
Okay, where did you send that?
Is that,
Oh, this is it.
that one?
Yeah. I'll use this one.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, so I'm sorry, sometimes I get them, I just put them in
Yeah.
order.
Sometimes it's hard to pick out where the account name is.
Well, I can't
Right.
see, so.
All right, the next account is the 2 and 7 road account. And our beginning balance was $6,607.72. And the ending balance is $6,262.81. And that's after paying the streetlight bill.
But it's more.
596063. You looking at account number 227 account?
The 2 and 7.
I'm looking at the bank statement. So we've got some unclear transactions is the reason. The actual balance, if they were cleared, would be 596063. That's the bank balance, 596063.
Okay.
There are some
The
transactions that are
pending,
in
these are
there,
pending up here?
yeah, that are not cleared.
Okay.
All right, the 4, 5, and 6 road account. The beginning balance was $5,852.62. And closing balance is $5,975.16. No expenditures, but a couple of, well, a deposit.
So where does the deposits come in? Where
Deposits
do
come
we
from
get
the
the
state
money?
of Alabama. The state of Alabama is from the gas taxes. It comes from the state. The state sends a
There's different-
printout of the.
Different fuels are taxed, 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah,
and-
and it's automatically deposited to the bank.
Oh, okay.
And they just send me a
That's just once
printout.
a year or
Oh, no, it's
Monthly.
every month?
Every
Okay.
month. And they send, they automatically deposit into the 4, 5, 6 and the 2, 7, what goes where.
Okay.
The only one that we separate is Jefferson County, because they send a printout too, and we have to do Jefferson and Blount, you know.
All right, and the last one is the general fund. The beginning balance was $4,305.45. Ending balance was $14,542.67.
We made a little money.
Business licenses and, tax on insurance products.
Yeah, ambulance. And I want to thank you, Mayor, for coming up here and making some deposits, because I did some of
No
them.
problem.
I did some of them, but the mayor came and did some of them too, so. And I have recorded them all into the bank now, so.
All right. Any questions or comments on the financial report? All right, we have a motion to accept the financial reports.
I accept it. I second it.
All in favor?
Who's second, Steve?
Yes.
Steve.
Okay.
All right, standing committees, we have no reports. No reports from the special committees. All right, reports from officers. First thing I want to get into is let everybody know that I have met with a consultant last week from a company called Community Consultants. They're in the grant writing business, and we toured the roads around County Line. even though we have not taken responsibility from the county, I still want to pursue whatever means I can to get something done with the roads. I'll talk about my meeting with Judge Green in a minute. But anyway, we did tour the roads, and one of the primary qualifications for a road to receive this community development block grant money is 51% of the residents, say on Coppersville Road, 51% of the residents have to fall within the moderate to low income bracket. Okay, and if moderate income would be between, for one person, would be $21,000 to $34,000 a year. That's what they consider moderate
21,000 to
For
what?
one person?
for one person. 21 to 34,000. Yeah, actually, it's 21,350 to 34,200
So if they make
for
under
a household of
that,
one. But you go to the other extreme to a household of 8, it's 40,300 to 64,450. So the income's got to be below those levels. But there's, I've got a chart up here if anybody's interested in looking at it. But that's, like I said, it's 51% have to fall into that category.
did they count it as households or did they count it as individuals?
Household by house.
I don't know who on Coppers, I don't even know where Coppers is.
That's where I
Yeah.
live.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
In other words,
That-
60,000.
Yeah, our wagon trail.
Yeah. The
But anyway-
wagon trail.
How many houses are on that?
Well,
I
Sue
think we-
has trailers up there at the
And they
beginning of
count?
it. She has 4 trailers. And then there's Freda and, she
Seven.
has,
Yeah, we look at both sides of the road too.
yeah,
Is there one house that sits off?
yeah.
And what about the
That's
houses there?
5, and then 6, 7, 8, and
16 with Misty.
9, 10.
There's quite a few. He counted them all as we was coming out.
16.
But anyway, we've had initial contact. The number that he showed me, I'm not even going to mention right now, but it was very favorable. And we're waiting on an engineer to come in now and take a closer look at the road to see what kind of money we're talking about doing the work that needs to be done.
And that would be from this consulting firm,
Community.
engineer?
Community consultant.
So that is the grant,
Yeah, that's for the grant.
but don't we have to match it or something?
There is a matching, so that could limit us to a certain amount. But I want to wait to see what the engineer has to say. And
So is this, each individual road has to,
we have to approach it as a road.
so if 51% of the people on Coppersville Road are not under these qualifications, then
We
we
wouldn't
don't
qualify.
Well, you've got 6 trailers there on the left, Brenda. You're forgetting.
Those are on Dean's Ferry, they're not considered
No,
Coppersville.
They're on Cobb.
Where's the driveway come off of? Or their
Comes off
exits?
Danes Ferry. It turns. It's a square, and they go on Cobb.
Anyway,
Brazil.
that's, with all those particulars are going to still have to be worked out, but that's just the overall. I just want to let you know that I'm in the initial conversation. Now, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, but I can't promise you anything. But at least I'm going to try. Anyway, that's the next step, like I said, is the engineer is gonna come in and take a look at the roads and see what his estimate is for the to do the road correctly, and we'll go from there. Now, if we do pursue, continue and pursue this, we will have to canvass every household to fill out a form, and I'll let you look at the form. Basically, it's identifying what your household income is and the number of residents. This has to be done. And one of the other things that we would ask the residents to do on whatever road we do get apply for a grant is for them to write letters to go along with the grant, and not a form letter. Individualized, handwritten letters would be preferred. But again, we'll keep you informed on how that goes.
When is the engineer supposed to be coming?
Pardon me?
When is the engineer coming?
I haven't been given a specific date, but within either this week or next. So, and I also need to say that I am going to continue to pursue the grant. I am not giving up on Blount County taking responsibility, but that is probably going to take legal action to get Blount County to do anything. Because I did meet with Judge Green, and I got no.
Even, did you remind him what he told us about the law?
Well, he's perfectly aware of what the law is. But that brings something to the affidavits that we were collecting. Where are they?
I've got them in there, but we don't have all of them. Malcolm was gonna get them for us, and I don't know.
Malcolm didn't do them. I passed them out.
Okay.
You did pass them out?
I passed them out to the ones from our house down, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know where they are, though. I don't know if anybody's collected them. I haven't, because I haven't been around, but.
Oh, we need to gather them up, and
I have some in there that's already,
Who
signed.
did you give them out to, Curtis? Do you remember?
Well, us and Teresa.
Teresa. Did you get, we got Teresa's, so
Yeah.
we've got all of the ones that Curtis
Gave out?
gave out. Cause I put them in there on your desk.
Okay, I'll get them and see which ones we've got.
But I don't think did Malcolm and all of them sign one?
I think Malcolm did, Sue did. I'll have to go in there and get them. I haven't.
well, let's do this. I'm going to ask the council to authorize me to retain an attorney and take the affidavits to them, and then try to set up something with Blount County. Because I've tried to talk to Commissioner and Judge Green about, I told them both, we need to determine who owns these roads. And I never got a direct answer from either one. So now, I need to retain an attorney, take the affidavits to the attorney, and then pursue it that way.
Have you, talked to an attorney?
No, I have not.
The attorney that's supposed to be helping us with the landfill, do we have anybody? I mean, could
I
that?
don't wanna deal with that man, cause we ain't heard half of nothing from him.
Well, it's because he was wanting to deal, he was dealing with Van, and he wanted to just go through Van.
Well,
so
we've
I
got
don't know.
what we need from him right now,
Oh, you have?
and I'm open to suggestions on who to contact otherwise. But yes, we have that piece of paper from him.
Oh.
We want to be reading later. So, anyway, if there are any other people that need to sign an affidavit, we need to go ahead and get them to sign it. And
And that's the affidavit that they've lived here their whole life, and that Blount County was responsible.
Well, they
for the
don't
road.
have to have lived here their whole life.
No,
Just
but
know that
With
they've
the
had to
history.
live here
Yeah.
when Blunt County did some
Did
work on the
road.
roads.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to get with
Alright.
somebody to help me go.
So we need a motion for you to get a lawyer.
I make a motion, you get a lawyer.
I second it.
Well,
All in favor?
I third it because I think the town definitely needs to hire an attorney for the
Yeah.
town.
Well, we can't afford one all the time, but I
No.
think we need to get one when we
But
need.
there
Yeah,
needs to
we-
be an attorney that
In
we
this
can
particular case, we
use.
need
Yes.
an attorney to represent our interest. And,
I don't know, may I? I'm sorry.
let me.
Go ahead,
I'll
go ahead.
here. All right, we have a motion and a second, all in favor? I'm gonna abstain on this, but otherwise,
Everybody except
everybody
for-
except for me.
Everybody gets 100%,
Okay,
except for the mayor.
you have discussion? We've already had it, huh?
All right, and you had a question?
I was going to say, I don't personally know of any attorneys myself that could do this, but my thoughts are that since everything we're going to be needing to get or having done is in Oneonta, correct?
Mhm.
I believe that's where I would start, looking for an attorney there that you could,
Well, I know for the, no dump, we had an attorney, Bob Austin, was the attorney for the no dump group. And he has done some work for us also. The resolution that we're going to introduce tonight, he drafted for us.
He's from Blunt County, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Oneonta, right on Main, or on Second Street.
if you're satisfied with your relationship with him, that's a good place to start.
Well, I want the council or somebody else to, because I have personal dealings with him also. Family, he's our family attorney also. But,
He's your family.
Well, he used to
attorney?
be, didn't he used to be a judge
Yeah.
too?
yeah,
I don't know anything about,
Well, did he use all that money that was given to him the years before? Or did he still owe us some money?
I don't know, I think he's probably still
He
got some
owes us
return.
some money, but we cannot, the town cannot accept it from the no dump people because of conflict of interest.
Okay, cause that was strictly for the no
No
dump.
dump.
Yes, that was money earned and
raised
sweated and cried
outside.
and beat and stomped and fussed
Anyway.
by the no dump people.
Brett King has been recommended for some process. Somebody had recommended him before,
Yeah, I think,
Brett
two
King.
friends.
didn't y'all go to see Brett King?
Yeah, we went up to see.
Did you ever get any satisfaction out of it?
No, Sue Francis, Brett King.
Y'all really didn't,
Well, he's
No,
running
not
for the
really. We did
Senate,
we
so I'm
didn't
sure
get
he's
results out of
tied up in politics right now.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
running for Senate. Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna say anything other than I was on jury duty and he was the opposing counsel, and he didn't impress me at all. He was against Pamela Casey, and I
Well,
just, you know.
Pamela makes everybody look.
That Pamela Casey is on her.
That may be true, but
She might recommend someone.
but I was not impressed
Well, that's the league of
with what he was
Yeah.
doing, you know,
All
so
right, well, bottom line is, we gotta,
get somebody.
get an attorney to represent us, our interest in this
the League
matter.
of Municipal.
Okay, can we get Bob Austin if we pay him? I mean, he can't use that money, but you could.
If there was any way we could do it,
Yeah, well,
Dan, if there's any way you can figure we can give them the money, if we've got the dump defeated, we don't need it.
Yeah,
I can't figure a way to do it without it
Somebody
being conflict
checked
of
into
interest.
I think
us.
it's separate pots of money and.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
it's, we're
somebody
trying to
checked
keep them.
into the council, we would be in big trouble.
Yeah, we don't
We
want
can
to
buy
do
some
anything.
daffodils, go out here in the park or something with it.
We can do something for
Well,
the
I mean,
community.
that
Yeah,
group
do
can
something
do,
for the community.
that group can donate things to the town,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, but I can't take the money.
Gotcha.
We blowed nearly $40,000 on that track out here. We're gonna put a counter on there and see how many people's walking today.
Well,
Makes about
let's
as much
get back
sense
on
as a
track,
track.
because we are gonna speak to that in a minute. Like I said, I had several things on the agenda.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
but, if you know of an attorney, would like to make a recommendation, please just, let us know, let me or Brenda know. Otherwise, here in a few days, I will,
I would like to say Scott McPherson.
Who?
Scotty McPherson, Scott McPherson, he was the DA for years up there, and his dad was the DA, and he was our town attorney. I think he helped us incorporate.
McPherson.
McPherson, McPherson.
Is he able to be an
Scotty
attorney if he helped us incorporate?
His
that?
daddy did.
Oh, I was
Scotty's
gonna say
about-
1957.
Scotty's about-
he's,
Getting old, isn't he?
he's pushing
Should
daisies.
be retired by now.
No, this is son, right?
I think he's a good attorney. I like him.
Well,
He knows all about things.
I wanna make a motion that you take care of it if nobody can recommend one, because it needs to be done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
These roads are getting ridiculous.
Yeah, we need something done now so we don't go into winter.
Yeah,
Before we
again.
done. We need to get something going now.
We're gonna get something going now in a couple of minutes.
So I
Okay.
wanna make a motion that
the mayor,
Buddy can
the mayor be
choose-
allowed to.
That's right, he can choose the attorney of his choice.
I second that motion.
All right, do we, all in favor? Again, I'm going to abstain.
Motion carried.
All right. As I mentioned to Myrtle and Lewis when they came in today was the first time I have seen anybody on this place from out here.
Me too, really. I
Yeah,
saw
we
them too.
did too. I didn't see it.
And I
Well, I was
couldn't-
in here working, but I didn't see
Yeah.
anybody.
Anyway, there was 3 or 4 kids crawling all over it.
They were the
It's the
former
first
mayor's
time-
grandchildren, who that was.
Hmm?
The former mayor's grandchildren was who that was.
Well, that's what I figured. Had to be one of the other, but
And that's why
I
it was put there.
would like to put forward that we sell that swing set.
Oh, yes,
That
sir.
swing set, or that playground equipment set. The reason I say that is that we have been approached that we would get, I think, fair market value for a used set. It'd be about $4,000. Well, an offer has been made that a gentleman would do $4,000 worth of road work, repairs for the swing set.
You can't touch that with a, grab him.
Wait,
I'll make a
yeah, you
motion
can't
we
beat
accept
it,
it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and to clarify, I didn't know whether it'd be legal or not to barter work, to trade work, yeah. But I did get back from the attorneys at the League of Municipalities. It said, this section 1143-56 of the code allows municipalities to dispose of personal property that is no longer needed for public purposes. As such, the town can enter an agreement with a contractor to repair the streets in exchange for the fair market value of the playground equipment. In this case, it's advisable that the council adopt a resolution to describe the playground equipment and state that it is no longer needed for public purposes, and direct the mayor to sell the playground equipment to the contractors. Bids are not required,
Okay.
but it just specified, however, the town must ensure that it receives a fair market value for the playground equipment.
I make a
Well,
mo-
they paid 6,500 for it, so I think 4,000.
6,500.
No, it was five,
it's $5,600.
There was it.
yeah, 5,600.
I make a motion that we advertise it for $4,000.
Well,
So-
And you make a deal with the man to do his road work.
I second it, but if we do this, doesn't that put us right back where we started about
Well,
taking the responsibility for the
that,
roads?
That's what
I'm
saying
approaching this
too.
as an emergency repair.
yeah, this is just to repair potholes. I mean,
Okay.
this
This
is
is emergency
potholing, this
repair.
is not redoing the road.
But, you know,
Is that what it
we
is?
can
Still, if
repair,
we do
we do a lot of
any
repairs, but unfortunately, there is a section on, Dean's Ferry that we're gonna have to skip.
Because the town, is all the county's done it? County did?
It's not in the county, and it's not in the town.
Because
It's in
somebody
Trafford.
de-annexed.
Mhm. It's in Trafford.
It's me.
And
Man,
that's one
that's
of the,
probably the worst place
that's
in the
one
road
of the
too.
big holes, Sue. Why did you?
And
do
that was the biggest hole, is right in front of your
I
driveway.
fixed it that way, that hole's not blaring. Every time y'all go by, that's.
Well, go by
Well, I
and fix
mean-
it then.
I think-
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
we can do
listen.
repairs on Dean's Ferry,
Except
but we're
that,
gonna have to skip, and it's a pretty good chunk.
I know.
Is it just the one there in front of Sue's driveway?
If you
No,
look back
it's
there on the
not.
map, you can see where the property was de-annexed, and see
From my
where Dean's
driveway
Ferry,
to the left,
It's
my
Just
what?
about.
pasture line,
It's what?
the annex. From my driveway, you know where the fence is right there, all the way to where that trailer park is.
To-
So it's
to-
both of those big holes then.
see that big area there that's
I don't want
white,
to do that.
yeah, that is not in the town. So we would not be able to do anything there.
Well, somebody needs to contact Trafford then. And
Well,
tell
maybe,
them.
and Trafford they just potholed some of their streets, cause I just went through that the other
Yeah.
day and they just potholed some.
Well,
We,
that'd be better
uh,
pothole than nothing.
I guess we need to draft a letter to the town of Trafford, saying that we're fixing to do some potholing on that road, and,
A portion of the road belongs to town of Trafford.
and it is the worst section of the road belongs to Trafford. All right, we had a motion,
I make a motion that Sue Francis goes and buys her two great big huge bags of Quikrete and put.
That would be fine, but nobody will stay
it's-
off it long enough for it
I
to set
know,
up.
for it to dry.
all right, let's
You
get
stand there
back
with
on
your
track
shotgun on
here.
grass.
All right, we had a motion and a second to list the playground equipment for $4,000. All right, all in favor?
To list it for 4,000.
So are we gonna list it or are you gonna trade it out?
And trade it out.
We've established a price of $4,000 for the swing set. Now I will get with the gentleman that made the offer, and he's already given us an estimate before for some work. So I know exactly, well, I know about what, can be done. Plus, we've got to address, along with Coppersville, trying to get some of the worst holes at least patched for right now. Try to patch up as many holes as possible.
It's just about unpatchable. I mean, the road bed's gone on Coppersville. It's just
Well,
horrible.
the downside or the bad thing about going for the grant, money for that, if we did qualify and was selected for the grant, it would probably be this time next year before the money would be available. It just takes forever. Had I known this last year, I would have done something last year. I didn't know. But, anyway, we'll continue to pursue that, but also go with the attorney and go for that.
So, you said that we had to word that we would, how did you say we had to word it? That it had to be in there that the equipment is no longer of any use to the town.
Well, I don't know that we necessarily have to say that it's no longer needed by the town, but that the use of its value could be used elsewhere in the community for better purposes.
So you might need to word it like that in the minutes.
You do have that recording, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, I will contact the contractor and see what we can get done along with the attorney.
Well, I wonder if the contractor, if he's gonna do the other, if he would consider that part in Trafford. I don't know.
No,
Doesn't
because
hurt to
Trafford
ask.
would have to pay him to do it, and they won't.
Yeah,
They have their own road people.
yeah.
So they
Which
need to go
brings-
out and fix the road then.
Has that been included in Trafford down there?
Huh?
Has that been included in Trafford?
Part of it
Yeah.
has.
It's in Trafford, and I just,
All right.
oh, never mind, go ahead.
Okay. All right, so we're good on that.
Then I think you need to get in touch with Trafford about your, in front of
It's not her responsibility, I think it's the town county manager's responsibility. I think
Yeah,
to contact
I
them
think-
because it's,
To go, well, we're gonna do some repairs
yeah.
and we need you to do some repairs because.
I think it would probably come across better if the town contacted the mayor of Trafford about it to say, here's our concerns, this is a danger, people are gonna get hurt, gonna get killed, gonna tear cars up, and it's your responsibility because it's in your town. You need to repair it. It wouldn't hurt, if Sue Francis got a hold of them too. I mean,
Yes,
that would be a good idea, but I still say that it would probably
Come better from the
come better
town.
from the town.
Who is the mayor over there now?
Lee Moats.
Who?
Lee Moats. Lee, L-E-E-M-O-A-T-E-S.
And how long has he been the mayor? I know that one.
It's M-O-T-E-S.
Did I say that?
M-O-T.
No, you said M-O-A-T, but it's
Oh,
M-O-T-E-S.
Oh, Moats, okay.
Okay,
Well, okay.
all right. Reading of petitions, applications, complaints, appeals, and communications. Just a reminder to, if you have not done so, go ahead and fill out your annual ethics statement for economic interest.
What is the date?
Did you
it has
not
to be
do that
done?
for us last year? Didn't you put all of us in there last year, do the, online? I think you did.
Well-
I don't remember doing it last
I
year.
did it.
We'll
I
have
did
to do it.
mine.
Everybody had to do it. Well, we didn't do it last year because we did it for the election. You had to do it, have that form filed when you qualified to run for office. So we didn't have to file last year during a normal cycle. But this year we do, and you have to go online to do it.
I did mine, but I forgot to do Floyd's, he was in the hospital.
So
He forgot
that's just a
about you.
reminder. We got until,
I've got
Out
mine,
of sight, out of
I've
mind.
got mine confirmed, but I never did do
Okay, and the
his.
date
figured I was
is
gonna die,
what,
so.
April what?
about the end of April, I believe.
Hush.
I don't know what made me do that, but I did it, I swear.
Okay, all right. Resolution ordinances, orders, or other business. We have a resolution that we need to have read,
I've read it.
and go ahead and read. Brenda, would you read it out?
I will. State of Alabama, Jefferson County, resolution of the town of County Line, Alabama, resolution number 2014-001. Whereas Act 2011-297 of the Alabama Legislature provided that for a period of 24 months after May 31st, 2011, neither the department nor any state or local agency may grant any new permits to a new public solid waste landfill facility, which is intended to receive waste not generated by the permittee. And whereas, despite the existence of said Act 2011-297 as a valid law of the state of Alabama, the town council of the town of County Line on August the 9th, 2011, approved a permit for TMP to construct, permit, maintain, and operate a solid waste landfill in the town of County Line, Alabama, and whereas, bless you, the current town council finds that said purported approval of a solid waste permit is prohibited by the laws of the state of Alabama in existence at that time, and said purported approval is illegal, null, and void. And whereas the moratorium for approval of any new permits to a public waste landfill facility has subsequently been extended by the Alabama legislature until May the 31st, 2014. And that moratorium extension is presently codified in the Code of Alabama, S 22-27-5.2. Now it is therefore hereby resolved by the Town Council of the Town of County Line, Alabama, that any permit purportedly granted to Thornhill Marion Properties LLC by resolution on August the 9th, 2011 is here declared to be unlawful and therefore null and void, and is hereby rescinded, revoked, and withdrawn by the town of County Line, Alabama, in compliance with the laws of the state of Alabama. This, the 10th day of March 2014, in open meeting at the Town Hall of the town of County Line, Alabama. Arthur E. Self, Mayor. Myrtle Van Cleet, Council Member Place 1, Eugene Kiley, Council Member Place 2, Brenda Thomas Lowe, Council Member Place 3, Floyd Philpott, Council Member Place 4, Steve Brewer, Council Member Place 5, sworn to and attested this the 10th day of March 2014, Brenda Philpott, Town Clerk.
All right, discussion.
I'm all for it.
Okay. Explain this 2011-297. That for a period of 24 months after May 31st, 2011. But they,
But it was extended. The moratorium was initially put in place by executive order by Governor Bentley in February of 2011. It was followed up with an act through the legislature and signed into law May 31st of 2011. The following year, the legislature extended it for an additional year because it had been previously a 2-year moratorium, which would have ended since the law was passed and signed on May 31st of 2011. It would originally have expired in 2013 on May 31st. But it was extended in 2012 until May 31st of 2014.
and then they gave the permit
They gave host government
during this
approval
time,
on August the 9th of 2011,
and that was during the time.
which was after the initial moratorium by Governor Bentley, and then it was passed by the legislature and signed into law by Governor Bentley. So both, that date was well after both.
They
Do
did
y'all
that.
understand all of that? Okay, so,
We're pulling the plug.
They did the approval, the town, whatever, before, after the moratorium,
Mhm.
basically, is what they did.
And the original proposal for this landfill was 2,000 tons a day. And then they gave the host government approval for 1,499 because the moratorium stated that it was 1,500 tons a day was the limit. Okay? But they failed to take into consideration that their total tonnage per day would have to also include what the construction landfill across the street took in too. So that put them over the limit.
Okay, so everybody needs to sign this.
Well, no, we need a roll call vote
Oh,
for
okay.
yea or nay, but we can't get there yet.
Oh, okay.
We're open for discussion at the moment.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments by the council?
None for me.
All right. We, as an order, to follow the correct order of things, we cannot vote directly for this initially. We have to have a motion to consider on first reading. And then we have to have a second and then we vote.
Okay.
It has to be a unanimous vote.
Should we get public comments about it, since this would be revenue for the town?
I think the town has already spoken during the election.
So we're all on the same page, no doubt.
I mean,
Okay,
that
so the
never- that was
motion, wait
never a
just a minute,
doubt
now,
in
the
my mind.
motion has to be made on the first reading.
Yeah, we have to have a motion to consider on the first reading.
I make a motion that we
And
consider.
it has to be unanimous.
I'm all for it.
I make a motion that we consider this on the first reading.
Do I have a second?
I second
Just a minute, just a minute. Okay. On the first reading. Okay.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? We have a unanimous.
Synonymous.
Thank you, Chief.
Unanimous.
Yes.
Now we're gonna pounce on Blount County, get the roads fixed.
All right. Now we have a passed motion to consider on first reading. Do we have a motion?
Do what?
All right, we got that preliminary, or that
Okay.
procedural issue taken care of.
So now you need a motion.
Now I need a motion to
So
accept.
can we do
I
that the same
make a
night?
motion.
Can we do that the same night?
We just, that's what the previous motion was for, is to consider on the first reading.
I'm just
I make the
confused.
second motion. I make the said motion.
That
whatever.
that you accept.
That we
The
accept the
resolution.
resolution.
Accept the resolution is read.
I make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I second.
I second.
All right, now this will require a roll call vote.
Okay.
Brenda, catch up?
Okay. Mayor,
Aye.
Ms. Myrtle,
Aye.
Eugene,
it. Aye.
Brenda,
Aye.
Floyd,
I'm all for it.
Steve.
Aye, aye.
Aye, sir.
Motion carried.
Motion carried
Now,
unanimous.
Carol, no more yard sales.
All right, everybody's gonna have to sign, one copy Brenda.
What this thing that we signed here.
Here, just, yeah.
So we'll
I've
just
got-
sign one copy, Peter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Buddy, the mayor's got one, he can pass it down.
Everybody's got copies. I made a copy for
Well,
everybody.
everybody don't sign one
No,
copy.
no.
I
Let's
mean, we need
start
one
with that.
copy signed.
We'll sign one copy. That's all we need, just one copy.
Actually, I'd rather have
Actually,
two.
we do need to have two.
We need to have
Okay.
two.
Because we're gonna have
Here,
to-
Here's one.
Well,
and that
Brenda's
way-
got one right here.
Oh, wait a minute,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Brenda's got it. That way we'll have two originals. I mean,
Well, we'll have one for Blount County and one for Jefferson County.
well, then maybe we need three copies, and then I'll have an original, three,
Get a third copy.
I'll have the
Blunt
copy
County.
for us would be an original too.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
Now, do
I
I
wanna
need to,
congratulate this council that we finally did one thing that we came into office to do. We got that done, now we gotta get the roads done.
Yeah,
Now, how many of these do we need to sign?
three,
three, and we got some more copies coming.
and do I need to
Misdirection.
notarize this now?
Yes,
I do, that we
Yes.
did this, okay.
they will need to be notarized.
This has been a public record that our land has been devalued, and we think we need to send a copy of that to Blount County and then have it put in there to get the value back up, people willing to come back to this town.
They're making it hard. Do what?
Dawn, I heard you, but I did not understand
What did you say, Mr. Hagel?
I said we might need to send a copy to the Blount County and make this a public record since the land value has been devalued. The real estate don't wanna come down here, nobody does, so.
But you know what, they didn't come down on your property taxes at all.
No, they didn't.
I asked Greg Armstrong about that. Oh, well, that don't have anything to do with it, really, the county's growing, and this is growing, I said, but Greg and I talked about it. Myrtle's the one I sicked on him, cause she goes to church with him, but I did talk to him about it.
All right, let's, go ahead and let's, see if we can get wrapped up here. We get all these things signed,
I
and
don't know, would we have to send one to Marion Thornhill?
we'll have to send them a copy. I do wanna send them a copy.
Okay.
Well, not to them, but to their attorney.
Yeah.
Do we need to send one to Greg? Larry?
Okay.
I don't think he'd know what he was reading, do
Do
you?
we have any other,
We just need to lay low.
Okay.
let's finish up here. Any other business from the council? Okay,
Who signed this in blue ink? Wait a minute.
yeah, I did, I
No, you
did.
can't do that. You get another one and everybody signs.
Oh,
My,
Did he sign in blue ink on all three of them?
no,
Nope.
just one.
Okay.
I was sharing my
Somebody give
pen.
one up.
Yours is black.
Yeah,
Here, I got one right here, I'll start it.
well, they got one over here.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Well, the
I was
reason I
just trying
said
to
that is
speed up.
blue ink won't copy, you know, and if they do copies, blue ink won't copy.
All right, open the floor to public comments.
Hallelujah!
I'm gonna stand on the side of the road. Thank you, Lord, for no dump.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, this has been such a hard fight,
Is that
and it's
There's
been
a black-
ongoing, and thank goodness, thank God it's
Well,
over.
I thank the Lord for our mayor that has researched, has done all this work, that has finally gotten the resolution and gotten some closure on it, because it's been driving us all crazy. And
Well,
the
one of
mayor
the
has
key-
really worked hard to get all this done.
One of the key things was a Attorney General's opinion
Right.
on that landfill, that we were going to seek, we were going to ask for a Attorney General's opinion on landfill approval. But luckily, Connecticut County had already done so, so they answered our question for us with the Attorney General's opinion, and that's what finally released us to get this, done. All right,
So the those people from Conecuh County that have been fighting this
What they talk to them.
really
A
did
lot
us a
longer we
favor.
have.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and really did us a big
Johnny
favor.
Their dump was a lot bigger.
Okay,
What was that,
I got-
Johnny
I got a
Andrews?
question I wanna ask.
okay. I'll get right back to you.
No, I'm not going anywhere, we're done.
Okay.
Do you think we will have any repercussion selling the swing set?
It is at the discretion of the council, what we do with that park and that swing set.
It belongs to the town, not a personal
That's right.
Okay. I just don't want us to get in trouble.
Oh, well, they'll probably
Now-
hear some.
We're correcting a mistake that was made, in my opinion. We're correcting a mistake that was made when they poured that money into that mud hole over here.
Instead
I'm
of
sorry.
fixing a street.
That's my opinion of it.
They've got contract on that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that red
Yeah.
rock, buddy? What are you gonna do with that red rock?
What, that's on the track?
Yeah.
I don't know, how can we do
I'm
that?
not gonna do anything with it.
Just leave it.
It's
What can you,
legal.
if you, it's got
It's,
grass all growing in it, we've already had complaints.
Okay.
You don't see nobody walking, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay, this is on a totally, this has nothing to do with the resolution or anything like that. I'm just been sitting here thinking about, the road situation and was wondering, since Trafford owns a part of that road that needs to be fixed and it's in Blount County, do you think that they would consider going with us, with the town, in the fight against Blount County to try to get these roads fixed?
Trafford to
Yeah.
go with us?
That part of the road belongs to them.
Yeah.
And it's in Blount County, and if Blount County has been responsible for keeping it up at this point, and that's what we're trying to fight, it seems to me that it makes sense that Trafford would want to get in on that as well.
With us,
Yes.
gotcha.
That's possible. It's
You
worth
can
pursuing.
ask them.
And, you know, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking out loud, but that makes a lot of sense to me, you know. It's either they're gonna have to get in on it as well, or they're gonna have to fix it.
Yeah.
I got a question about that. Has anybody ever brought it up to them that they took that over when
I have.
you have?
It was a former mayor, I went down there and asked him about fixing the road 6-8 months ago. Or I guess a year ago when all this started.
Have you talked to the current mayor?
No.
I think we need to talk to him and then get after him with a letter from her. I think you need to talk to him and then let her know how you do.
Then send a letter from the town. Makes a little
I
sense.
tell you one thing that I think that will help that road situation is if you folks that live over there on Coppersville and Dean's Ferry will get in your automobiles and take all of those affidavits that you have and lay them down in front of them and give them to them and say, we've got 275 votes in county line. You're running for re-election this fall. You want our support? You fix our roads. I know we had to go up there 2 or 3 times, a bunch of us, about this dump. And we're just lucky that we had Bobby Shows, who was then a commissioner, that sort of was on our side.
Led the fight a little
And
bit.
he helped us lead the fight. So,
I don't disagree with that at all. I think that's probably a good move, but I think before we get to that point, we need to have someone that can go into the county records up there and research, because they have to have records of what they've done.
According to the commissioner, they don't.
They don't.
we've already
He's not
requested
bothered to
Commissioner do
research
that.
it, he's operating off of hearsay.
They say there's no records, Kurt.
Didn't they request him already to do that? And he
They
can't
say
come up
there's
with
no
anything
records,
to
no
either
work records.
prove they did or prove they didn't.
He says he.
Welcome to Blount County.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that Blount County has always taken care of Deans Ferry and Coppersville Road.
When we moved in on Cobbersville Road in 1970,
I remember.
it was a mud road. There was no gravel. It was just a trail. And Jefferson County, at that time, the county line was in a different position than it is now. The county line was farther up the hill from where it is now. As a matter of fact, it was in front of the old Cobbersville place, almost. It was right where it was. And Blount County came in and put, well, it wasn't Red Rock, it was Chert. They charted the road from Deans Ferry to that point. And Jefferson County came in and Red Rock the rest of it. And Red Rock, my mom and dad's driveway. They put Red Rock, and it's still there. The Red Rock on their driveway is still there. Then years later, they came back and actually put tar and gravel on it. It's not asphalt, it's tar and
That
gravel.
was Blount County. Did.
Yeah, Blount County did, because they went back and resurveyed and determined that the county line was farther down the road than what it is, and they wanted their tax money. So they moved the county line, because at that time, it's moved approximately a quarter of a mile, maybe even more than from where it was, on Deans Ferry, on Cobbersville Road. So, you know, we moved in 1970, and I don't remember it was that year, I think it was, or maybe the next year that they came in and charted it. And they did their end, and Jefferson County did their section of it, and they put down Red Rock, and Blount County put down Chert. The white
And
Chert.
Blount County come in there and asphalted it.
Yeah, later. Blount
They did all
County
of it.
came
They
asphalt,
did
but that was
Deans
several
Ferry
years
and
later, because
Well,
they
that
would,
was
in the
Blount
90s.
County at that time would actually come in and scrape the road with their with their road patrol. They would come in and scrape the road, and Jefferson County would do their part as well, once or twice a year.
But they didn't they didn't pave that road until like
90s.
the 80s or 90s.
Well, they also worked John Martin Road with a motor grader. That was worked road for years and years, and then it quit being.
What is John Martin Road?
That's where my park is. They always worked it.
Blount County did, or
Jefferson.
Jefferson County?
How many people do we have that's in that time frame to sign a affidavit?
They were already signed.
How many was it?
Well, I know, Daddy's dead now, but Mama signed it, my sister signed it, I have signed it, my wife has signed it.
All of my family signed it.
Stephen, yeah, and my
Well, if
nephew signed
there's
it.
not no public record at Blount County, then that affidavit ought to stand on its own, shouldn't it?
It should.
But like I said,
It should stay.
I've mentioned that to, I know, Judge Green, that we had affidavits. I didn't
Well,
go into a
we
lot of
probably
detail on
need
them,
to, if Malcolm didn't give out the ones that he was supposed to give out.
I don't think you did, I think because when I went to his house to ask him about them, he said he'd not done anything with them, and I got some and took them to our house, and we didn't like them, so we redid them.
Well, I know that Freda and Lowell lived there when they paved Coppersville. I'm pretty sure they did, because they moved in there, they've been living there probably 20, 25 years. So they need to sign one. And,
Till you get together and get proactive, and you get a group together, and you go up there, like Carol said, and you sit there and eyeball them, and they look at all those VOTES, and that's all you are. And they look at that and say, you know, we got 10 more people behind us that we're gonna influence. Now, we wanna know about this. And then you're gonna get, but as far as they can put anybody off, Jefferson and Blunt's gonna do that. You know, squeaky wheel's gonna get the grease, that's it.
it's not gonna have a lot of effect right now with this election, because nobody in this area is up for re-election.
Well, the sheriff's up.
we don't need to.
We get a new one of them. We tell him.
Well, he's not gonna do anything.
We need a little help here. His deputies are running up down the road. How about him stepping up? Or let that other guy give a chance to say that he's for getting these roads fixed, because these deputies run them every night.
Tearing
Well, I
up
think-
their
Running
cars.
about.
I really do think that one of the smartest things that we can do is try to include the town of Trafford in on it, since this is a Blount County road, and that property is incorporated in the town of Trafford. you know, I mean, this is a joint venture between two communities now, and not just one. And so, it makes sense to me that they would want to get in, to prevent them from having to do future upkeep as well. That it would be, since the county has been responsible for doing it all this time, that doesn't need to change, it needs to be.
Yeah, and the way the law reads is that, even though it may be, well, it was annexed after 1995. So it just doesn't fall.
Then they'll exclude it,
What
But
was
it would be,
excluded.
Trafford accepted responsibility when they annexed that property.
Right.
And it was annexed after that
Yeah.
1995, and that's what we're relying on.
Okay,
Is that
then
1995.
then it's, I'm sorry, Sue Francis, but it sounds like the dog is in your camp at this point. And I'm happy to go with you on that, I don't mind at all.
Well, it's Trafford's.
But I don't have any legal
It's
bite in it.
Trafford's responsibility.
It is.
It is.
But
And
I
I'm just
still
gonna
think-
be really honest with y'all, I went down there and talked to him, and he just kinda blew me off. And I hate to go down there, I've already got a reputation, you know, whatever, and be ugly, but I guess it's gonna take that, because, or a good lawsuit that is torn up somebody's car, notice of pending lawsuit. That it's tearing up people's car, doesn't get their attention.
When is the next
Same time we
commissioners
make.
meeting up there?
I don't know.
Dave Calvert listened to you. 'Cause
Well,
he
if
was-
he's talked to Judge Green, and Judge Green's not gonna do anything, it's not gonna do us any good to go to.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, if those people that lived up there in Green Acres had not got up off of their duffs and got out in this neighborhood and called everybody they could think of to get six on your side out here, and all these people, the sheriff, the fire.
We don't need them out here now.
Oh, we didn't call them, but other people did, and the thing about it is, we worked our tails off to get that dump stopped. And you can't sit on your behind and let somebody else do the work for you. You're gonna have to get up and go up there and,
Well, that's why
Holler,
we're
let 'em
getting
have
the
it.
attorney,
it's the law, they got to fix it.
but that's
And you can
why,
either do
Well-
that, or you're gonna be sued.
well,
we're
they
gonna
are
have to-
going to be.
They're not going to do anything until we take
File a
action.
lawsuit.
Yeah,
But I
They're
think,
not gonna do it.
as
I
far
don't care
as,
how many people you put up there, they're not gonna take responsibility for the roads unless we force them to. But I've already tried the,
They'll listen
Try to
to
Nice
it.
group.
Get you and get a good attorney and sue them.
well, that's what
One
we're
bad
gonna
deal
do.
on the roads, these other, like, that was here a while back, like, Folkdale and them people was getting something about, they did it before or something, or, and they was gonna sue them if they didn't fix it, and they come back and fixed them.
No, they hadn't fixed them yet.
They,
They haven't went to court yet.
oh, they're still working on
They're
that?
still working on
Oh,
that, yeah.
okay.
I kinda thought maybe they'd have that resolved, but they hadn't.
Yeah.
was it the same as ours?
Yeah, it's the same as ours, Fultondale and, Morris and all them was actually Jefferson County. And, now none of their roads is getting fixed either. 'Cause,
Well, as far as Trafford, I think the town of County Line can write them a letter saying, you know, that is your road. It's tearing people's cars up, you know, there's two very bad places.
On
It's
your
on-
portion of the road.
Well, that whole portion just about is gone. And part of the roadbed, because there's that big hole in front of Sue Francis's, and then the side of the road on the right side is
Gone.
and then I'm talking about coming out. And then the road on the other side is gone, going in.
both sides is eating up.
Yeah, because people have been going on the road, the side of the road to avoid the hole. And both sides there's,
Okay, so if discussion is that Sue Francis is gonna talk to the mayor first, or is the town
I
gonna send a
think the
letter
town
first?
needs to write a letter.
Or do we need to
I think we.
back Sue Francis to go up there and talk to the mayor, or talk to the council?
Well, if Sue
What?
Francis wants to talk to them, that's fine, but we need to notify the town of Trafford that we are about to, pursue some
work, yeah.
patchwork on Dean's Ferry, and it's gonna be nil, have nil effect until they repair their roads. And their section is the worst.
Okay.
On Dean's Ferry, yeah.
So, I mean,
How you gonna count those people in that trailer park? We're gonna count,
They're on Dean's Ferry.
the whole park?
You work off where the mailbox is. It faces the whole park, all their mailboxes and stuff go on Dean's Ferry.
Darn.
There is no road that comes off of, well now, the one trailer right there,
That faces.
that faces Coppersville,
Coppersville.
would count as Coppersville, I think, but the rest of, well, I don't know, their mailbox is on Dean's Ferry though. And I think that's where they, because if you look on their mailbox or on their mailing address, it is it is, Dean's Ferry Road.
That would get our
Coppersville.
socioeconomic in a heartbeat right there. Get our advertising.
I don't disagree with that at all. I don't disagree with that at all.
Reckon
but-
we could move their boxes on that.
No, they can't do that either
Post office
because that
not
would be
gonna let you do it
postage lane.
yeah, that,
I got a feeling that Coppersville is gonna fall out of that. We're not gonna meet the,
Yeah, I don't think so
I
either.
don't think.
I'm afraid not.
What is
They're
that,
not-
21 for one
that's
person?
one,
21 to 34?
household of one.
But for 8, it's 40,000.
Yeah, but I mean, that would take your family, or how many in your family, 3?
Yeah,
Or-
but
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna, I mean, I don't know. If you're
yeah,
high
we're
or
gonna meet
not.
the, we're not
High
gonna meet the
income.
low income.
Well, so high income is, for a 3-person household, is $43,950.
Good.
Now, next year we might, because we just retired, but this year, no.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be based on
What's it for 2
this,
people, buddy?
survey when it's conducted.
And see, with Jan and Kurt and Maul, they're not gonna, you know,
I don't think anybody from
no.
And you gotta have
Freda
51% of the
Fred
residents.
and Lowell probably wouldn't.
Isn't that
Nobody
what it
from Wayton's down is gonna meet. The new trailer they put up there, I don't know what,
Is there a new trailer in there?
yeah, there's a,
travel trailer?
travel trailer.
Oh, travel trailer, I don't think, they're on
Oh,
disability. On
A travel
Van's
trailer?
property. Before you get to Miss Wayton's,
Up on top
where
of
her
the-
daughter lived.
Oh, I've got a story about that. I'll share with y'all later.
You what?
Got a story
All
about
right.
that.
Well, we got some work to do, and, we're not gonna get any more of it done tonight. But, let's wait and see what the engineer has to say, and, let's see what we can do with block grants. But again, like I said, I wanna pursue, forcing Blount County into taking responsibility.
Sick 'em.
But I'm going to also continue pursuing this grant. If nothing else, we get the grant, we can get the road repaired and tell Blount County that here's a nice new road for you to take ownership of from here out.
The commission's got
But
But at one time, what he was talking about, or somebody was talking about, a through road, like Smith Sims and Dean's Ferry, it's the county's fault, it's not a through road anymore, because it comes out on 160 up there, and they won't put a bridge back in across the river. I've heard that the county is supposed to keep up all the through roads even in the city.
Dean's Ferry is a through road because it comes
don't
out
know.
on 79 highway too.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I've not been given any particular state statute that says, tells me that. The only one I've been able to find is the one about 1995, having maintained the roads prior to in 1995.
But it did used to go all the way to 160, except for the bridge.
But yes, if there is a regulator or a state statute that,
I'm wondering if Cecil would know.
Well, Malcolm said there was.
I've heard that, I
Well,
don't know.
And
One
Cecil
section
would
is
If they can
know.
give me,
160 in Hayden, the other
if
end
they
comes
can
out up there.
identify or
Spoonhammer.
identify the state
On
statute
79.
that establishes that
Yeah, it's a
requirement,
through road.
It has
then by all
3
means, we
exits.
can certainly use it. But, I don't
So,
know.
what bridge is that?
They redid the whole.
On Dean's Ferry, there's a bridge.
That's out there by Vance, one that got
They
washed
got
away.
that for that 18.
Oh, that goes around to, it comes back out on, Warrior Trafford Road. You talking about the Dean's Ferry Bridge that goes?
Yeah.
like
But it actually,
going
Dean's Ferry part of it comes out on 160 by the post office there in Hayden.
Uh-huh.
But, the turnoff of it comes out over there at, what's the name of the church?
Noda.
Yeah, Noda.
Yeah.
So it is still a through road, cause it goes through to Hayden. And then it goes to Locust Fork, but it turns into Lehigh Road somewhere over there.
Where Van, right before Van.
Well, again,
Across that bridge, it turns into Lehigh, that low water bridge.
again, it comes down to, you identify a statute that states that, by all means, I'd love to know where it's at.
Do you talk to Cecil?
So somebody's gonna have to come and
I
help me.
haven't seen him since he's
Well, if
been
you hire an
sick
attorney,
or.
All right.
I'll call, I'll try to call him.
All right, any other comments or questions? Unusually long meeting tonight, but a very productive one. Phil?
Get rid of that swing sets.
All right.
I wanna make a motion to go home.
I second.
All in favor? All right. All right, meeting adjourned.